Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball. Saturday afternoon affair against the Oakland Athletics. The Rays lead this series 2-0. It's Ryan Yarbrough on the mound today against Jesus Luzardo of the A's. The starting pitcher for Oakland today, Jesus Luzardo. He's 2-3 on the year with a 7.24 ERA. In his last start, he had a loss versus the Texas Rangers, went 5 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and struck out a pair. The first Rays batter he will face Austin Meadows. 250 on the year, 6 home runs. His 15 runs batted in are 5th on the team. Rays have won the 2 games in this series, and now the first pitch to Meadows is low ball 1. The lineup that Luzardo will face, leading off in right, Austin Meadows batting second in center, Kevin Kiermeier batting third at first base, Jose Martinez batting cleanup in left, Hunter Renfroe batting 5th at third base, Yandy Diaz batting 6th, the DH Manuel Margot batting 7th, the second baseman Brandon Lau batting 8th, the shortstop Willie Adames, and batting 9th and catching, it's Chris Herman. A's are in their all-home whites, Rays in their all-road grays. The 1-1 to the leadoff man is inside ball 2. 52 degrees here even in the sunshine. The first 2 games of this series were played at about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. A couple afternoon affairs here. It's Yarbrough v. Luzardo today, and then tomorrow in the finale, an American League wildcard rematch, Charlie Morton v. Sean Manaea. The game you're not going to want to miss. We'll have all the coverage there for you. So Meadows strikes out on a 2-2 count to open the ball game. And now it'll be Kevin Kiermeier with his chance to come up to the plate. He's 240 on the year. All 3 outfielders are red hot at the plate right now. Kevin Kiermeier had himself a nice game yesterday. Had an off day in game 1. One of the underrated sights in baseball, the Oakland Coliseum during an afternoon game. Now the 2-0 to Kiermeier, and that one is fouled back. 2 balls a strike now the count. It'll be Martinez up next. That one just low the zone, and it's now 3-1. A hitter's count for KK, and here it is. And that one is going to be lined up right into the glove of the right fielder, Stephen Piscotty, there for out number 2. So now it'll be the first baseman, Jose Martinez. He's 156 on the year, but Kevin Cash likes his ability to hit lefties, which Jesus Luzardo is. And by the way, the defense behind Luzardo in the outfield from left to right, it goes Pinder, Grossman, Piscotty. And in the infield from left to right, Kana, Simeon, Neuse, and Olson. Game 3 of a 4-game series. These 2 teams will get acquainted with each other pretty well. And then the A's will make their way down to Tropicana Field later this season. Crucial month of May for the Rays. A 3-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They've gotten hot here in the recent goings. They just got back to 500 last night. They are now 17-17. They are now 3rd place in the American League East, jumping over the Blue Jays. 5.5 games back of first. That's the Yankees at 22-11. They'll meet the Yankees in a 4-game series in Tropicana Field in about a week. Probably the most crucial series of the season to date. We'll have all the coverage for you there as well. 2-2 the count to Martinez. Bases empty, 2 outs in the first. Here's the pitch inside. So Martinez has worked a full count. All 3 that have come to the plate inside of the first have worked nice counts against Luzardo. A strikeout and a fly out to right have been the results, though. And now the payoff to Martinez. And that one is lifted up and chased by the left fielder Pinder, and he goes down right on the left field line to make the catch for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the Rays in the first. We'll talk about Ryan Yarbrough when we come back. The starting pitcher for the Rays this afternoon, it is Ryan Yarbrough. He is 3-0 with a 2.03 ERA. In his last start, he had a win versus the Cleveland Indians, went 5 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, an earned run, walked 1, and struck out 2. The first Oakland Athletic heel faced the switch-hitting center fielder, Robbie Grossman. He's batting right at that 300 line on the year. Limited action, just a home run and a couple of RBIs. He's in the leadoff spot here today, in the first pitch from Yarbrough settles in there for strike 1 in there at 73 miles an hour. The lineup that Yarbrough will face leading off in center, this is Robbie Grossman batting second and right, Stephen Piscotty batting third, the shortstop Marcus Semien batting cleanup, the first baseman Matt Olson batting fifth, the third baseman Mark Canha batting sixth, the DH Chris Davis batting seventh and left, Chad Pinder batting eighth, at second base Sheldon Neuse and batting ninth, and catching duties Davy Grillon. The 1-1 here to Grossman, and that one is outside, 2 balls a strike. The defensive alignment behind Yarbrough for the Rays in the outfield from left to right, it'll go Renfroe, Kiermeier, and Meadows, as that one is going to settle down for a base hit, as it's chased by Meadows, and it's just going to be a leadoff single for Grossman. And then in the infield, from left to right, it'll be Diaz, Adames, Lau, and Martinez. So leadoff single for Grossman will bring up Stephen Piscotty. The right fielder is 278 on the year. The A's stacking the righties against Yarbrough here. A tall order for a lineup that is mainly made up of right-handed hitters. And throw in a switch hitter as well. Only 2 lefties in this lineup, Matt Olson and Mark Canha. Both guys that can hit lefties pretty good as well. Now the 0-1 to Piscotty. And that one is put on the ground, foul. Now the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Yarbrough picks up the first strikeout of the afternoon there. Stephen Piscotty there for out number 1. And now the shortstop Marcus Semien. He's 238, 5 homers, 14 runs batted in. He's got Robbie Grossman standing at first with 1 out. Tied game here in the first. Jerry Hisdale, the on-plate ump, calling the balls and strikes here today. The A's have taken early leads against the Rays in both games, but the Rays ended up coming back in both. Game 1 was a 3-2 victory in 12. And yesterday was a 4-2 victory where Nick Anderson picked up his 10th save of the year. Now the 1-1 to Semien, and it's in there, strike 2. Yarbrough sets and deals, and a swing on and miss by Marcus Semien. Yarbrough took some speed off and picked up his second straight strikeout. And now with 2 outs, it's the cleanup man, Matt Olson. He's batting .311 on the year, pretty red hot. A lefty-on-lefty matchup here. 1 on, 2 out here in the first. Yarbrough picking up a couple of strikeouts here early. After the leadoff single, allowed to Grossman. In the Rays in the second inning, it'll be Renfroe, Diaz, and Margot. All to get their first tries at Jesus Luzardo. The 2-0. And that one is going to be just foul. Hit well off the bat. Thankfully, just foul of the left field line. And it's now 2 balls and a strike. The pitch from Yarbrough. And it swung on and missed. In there at 75, went to the bit of a slider action. Yarbrough has so many of those kind of pitches, they're hard to identify. But most are in the 70s as far as miles per hour. Doesn't have much of a fastball to him, but as evidenced by the 3-0 record and a 2.03 ERA, you don't necessarily need a hot fastball to get guys out here in the major leagues. A 2-2 count here to Olson. 2 outs and a man on in the first. And the pitch from Yarbrough is fouled right back. by the same amount of pitches for both pitchers in the first inning, right under about 20. Some full counts worked. Another foul from Olson. Yarbrough looking for his third strikeout of the game. And that is outside, so it'll be a full count here to the cleanup man. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Herman behind the plate. Again, the payoff pitch. And it'll be low, ball 4. So Olson will end up working a walk, and now a couple of men on for the third baseman, Martinez. Canna is .226 on the season. A man in scoring position now. That's Robbie Grossman standing at second. Olson at first, 2 outs. A lefty on righty matchup. And now the first pitch to him is going to be called ball 1. A pretty good crowd here in the Oakland Coliseum this afternoon. The A's only at 15-19 towards the bottom of the American League West. But we are just in early May. The 1-0 to Canna is outside, ball 2. Obviously, A's fans can't be happy with the way this series has gone after the Rays have handed them a gut-wrenching loss in October a season ago. The Rays have reigned victorious here this year as well. Down fouled away by Canna. And now it's 2-1. Grossman standing at second with 2 outs. The 2-1. Fouled back, and now Yarbrough strike away once again from getting out of this inning. He had a full count to Matt Olson, but ended up walking him. And now the 2-2. And that one is lifted foul. So the count will stay where it is. A lot of foul balls off of Yarbrough. Another 2-2. Took some speed off of it and laid off of. So another full count now. Yarbrough in jeopardy of walking the bases full. The payoff. And that one is going to be shot foul. So nearly 30 pitches in this first inning for Yarbrough, as the bullpen has been quite busy the last couple of days. They have Morton tomorrow. Another 3-2. Swung on and missed. Yarbrough picks up 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Allows a couple of base runners, but no runs. In a scoreless first. It'll be Hunter Renfroe, the cleanup man, to lead off this second for the Rays. He's .252 in the year. His 11 home runs are tied for first in the American League. Picked up home run number 100 on his career in a walk-off against the Indians. That game ended up being 1-0. He came up to the plate with 2 outs and the bases empty and sent one out of the park. One of the games of the year if you're a Rays fan. The game also had Blake Snell facing the minimum in a perfect hit bid through 6 innings. He ended up getting through 7 1/3. That one is lifted up into deep center, but it's Robbie Grossman underneath of it all the way for out number 1. And now it'll be Yandy Diaz to come to the plate. He's .169 in the year. No homers, but a couple of runs batted in. The Oakland A Slayer, if you will. 2 home runs in that American League wildcard game last year. The Rays went on to win it 5-1. A loss in the wildcard game, probably one of the hardest things to swallow. Getting all the way to the postseason and then losing after just 1 game. It's really only the playoffs, it feels like, if you can get to a series, which the Rays did. Tropicana Field hosting some postseason games for the first time in 6 years. Both were wins against the Houston Astros. 2 balls a strike. The count to Diaz. The pitch from Luzardo. And that one is going to be popped up. Run down by the right fielder Piscotti. And it falls right in front of him in foul territory. So Diaz will stay alive just barely. And now another 2-2. And just outside ball 3. A nice take by Diaz. And the count to him is now full. The payoff, outside ball 4, a 1-out walk worked there by Yandy Diaz to give the Rays their first base runner of the day. And it'll be the DH Manuel Margot, batting .136 on the year. Picked up a double in game 1, came across a score for the winning run, was driven in by Choi. That's really been the highlight of Margot's season. He's got Diaz at first with 1 out. Tie game in the 2nd inning. The 0-1. And that one is fouled back so quickly. He's down. No balls to 2 strikes. Now the 0-2. Outside. And a ball, 2 strikes, now the count. A lefty on righty matchup. Another take, and it's 2-2. And that one is put into play right above the glove of the first baseman, Olson. It's a base hit for Manuel Margot. And now runners at first and second with only an out. The Rays, by the way, picking up their first hit of the day. And it'll bring up Brandon Lau with a couple of men on. Lau is 227 on the year, a lefty on lefty matchup. Barring a double play, it'll be the righty Adames after that. Luzardo struggling a bit with his control. So Lau may be able to take advantage as Diaz standing at second. Margot at first, a cut and a miss on the off speed, and it's 1-1. With the amount of pitches Yarbrough has thrown in the state of the bullpen, this is a crucial chance to pick up a lead here early, as more than likely they're going to need all the runs they can get. The 2-1. That one is fouled back, so now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now that one put on the ground right to the first baseman, Olson. He's going to try and get the double play, and Lau runs it out. So fielder's choice for Lau on the weak ground ball. It'll retire Margot. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs for the shortstop, Willie Adames. Adames batting 179 on the year. He hits lefties pretty well. He's got the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. That's Yandy Diaz at third base. Brandon Lau at first after the fielder's choice. The 1-0. Inside. Rays lineup through the first time through, have been good at taking some pitches. Only 1 strikeout. And that one is popped straight up. It's the catcher, Guyon, underneath of it. So that will retire the side. Rays get runners at the corners, but no runs. So we get to the bottom of the 2nd in a 0-0 ball game. A 9-game hitting streak here for the DH Chris Davis. He's leading off the 2nd inning. 238 average on the year. The first pitch from Yarbrough is high ball 1. Chris Davis nearly had the tying run on a pop-up to left in game 1. It was caught to end the game, and then in game 2, a 2-run homer in the first inning. So he's been busy with the bat so far this series. Yarbrough so good at inducing weak contact, though, that he can be good against sluggers like this, even in a lefty on righty matchup. That one finds the bottom of the zone, and it's now 2-1. It'll be Chris Davis, Chad Pinder, and Sheldon Noose here in the 2nd. The 2-1, and that one is in there called strike 2, says Jerry Hisdale. So now Yarbrough trying to get the first out of this 2nd. He's facing the slugger Davis. Herman sets up inside, and it's taken inside. Now a full count. A couple of base runners allowed by Yarbrough so far. The payoff is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Yarbrough. Davis goes down on strikes. And now with 1 out, it's the left fielder, Chad Pinder. He's 178. Another lefty on righty matchup, as will be the next man, Noose. That one just outside for ball 1. Now the 1-0. And that one is grounded foul. A cut and a miss. They're at 88. So now 1-2. And here's the pitch from Yarbrough. Low, blocked by Germán, and it's now 2-2. To the 7-man Pinder. Here's the pitch. And that one is going to be grounded in right off the glove of Diaz. Will he have a play at first? It's going to have to get there in a hurry. And the throw not in time. It's a base hit there for Pinder. A diving attempt by Diaz, but he can't get it to stick into the glove. So the second hit of the day for the A's. And now Sheldon Neuse. That looked like a good opportunity for Yarbrough to get a strikeout, but that one will end up a hit. Sheldon Neuse now 156. He bats with 1 on and 1 out. At first pitch, lifted foul. Now the 0-1. And swung on and missed late on a pitch in the dirt. And now 0-2. Yarbrough already with 4 strikeouts today. He's already beat his total in his last start with 2 in 5 innings against the Indians. That one fouled back. So it's the 8-man Neuse here, and it'll be the 9-man, the catcher Davy Grion next. Before we go back to the top, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That pitch low and inside, but it ran in quickly. 5th strikeout for Yarbrough. It'll now be Davy Grion, the catcher, with 2 outs. He's batting .302 in limited action on the season. Has a couple of hits here in this series. That first pitch taken for strike 1. Yarbrough will probably end up being about at 50 pitches through 2 innings. Really the victim, and the runner's going to go, by the way. Germán can't block it, and so Chad Pinder will get to scoring position in second base on a wild pitch. Yarbrough has been good at getting men out, but it's these deep counts that are going to cost him some innings. And with Brendan McKay a bit taxed, the bulk man is probably out of the equation. He's appeared in both games this series. He went an inning last night picking up the win. They have no real relievers that are fully rested, as he's going to get a cut and a miss from Grion. And the second strikeout of the inning and the 6th of the contest, as we're through 2. 0-0 game. It'll be the catcher, Chris Germán, to lead this inning off for the Rays. The catcher in limited action, .231. The batting average, it'll be Germán, and then back to the top for Meadows and Kiermeier. The first pitch from Luzardo is taken for strike 1. Rays looking to break open a tie game here in the third. It's 0-0. That one fouled away by Germán. And now 0-2. Luzardo deals. And it'll be taken low for a ball. Luzardo a hit, a strikeout, and a walk. That's his tally in 2 scoreless frames. 43 pitches now. So probably early exits for both starters. It's been the battle of the bullpens really all series. That one a grounder. The first baseman Olson in a flip out of the glove to the pitcher Luzardo. A nice flashy play for Olson. And they get the put out of Germán there on the 3-1. So now it'll be Austin Meadows to come to the plate. He struck out his first try in the first inning. Bases empty, 1 out. Tie game in the third. Lefty on lefty matchup. The first pitch is put on the ground, charged by the third baseman Cana, and his throw to first is in time for out number 2 of the inning. So Meadows quickly goes down 5-3. And now with 2 outs, it will be Kevin Kiermeier, 0 for 1, and a line out to right field in his first try. 9 home runs on the season. He's up there with the best. Hunter Renfroe's 11, by the way, is tied for first in the American League. The Rays haven't had a slugger like that maybe since perhaps Carlos Pena, that can battle for that home run crown, especially in the American League. The 2-0 to Kiermeier. And that one is lifted up in the air. Chased by the left fielder, Pinder. He's going to go back near the wall and make a running catch right in front of the warning track for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning. The Rays have been held scoreless through 4. And the A's go back to the top of the lineup here in the third. It's the leadoff man, Grossman. He's 1 for 1 with a single. It'll be Grossman, Piscotty, and Semien against Yarbrough here in the third. This next pitch will be Yarbrough's 50th. He's got 6 strikeouts, allowed 3 base runners, no runs yet. And now the 0-1 to Grossman is inside for ball 1. That one fouled back, and now 1-2. The foul balls have been the reason for Yarbrough's inflated pitch count. He's gotten a lot of strikeouts, but he's had to really work for him. The 2-2 here to Grossman. Now fouled back again. That is the problem with it being a guy that doesn't throw a hard fastball and inducing weak contact. It's going to be a lot of foul balls. The 2-2 is low, and now the count to the leadoff man is full. The payoff, and that one is popped straight up. It's the first baseman Martinez coming in to get it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So pop up to first will bring up Stephen Piscotty. The Yankees getting a win today, so they'll extend their lead over the Rays. But the Rays with a win today can get that half game right back. It'll be that 4-game series against the two teams where the Rays can really pick up some ground, as the Yankees have not faced a tough schedule thus far. They did sweep the Rays in Tropicana Field in March, though, part of a 6-game losing streak right after an opening day win. The 0-1 to Piscotty, and that one is, he's going to check a swing, and it's 0-2. Now this one from Yarbrough, and that one is going to be grounded foul. Another 0-2 pitch. And that one is going to get down, it looks like, for a base hit in front of the center fielder Kiermeier. A 1-out single for Piscotty is the A's 3rd hit of the day, as they add on another base runner. They've had one in every inning thus far. And now Marcus Semien. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. One on, 1 out. In the third, a tie game. 61 pitches. Kevin Cash is trying to figure out which reliever he's going to have to use first, as at this point, maybe Yarbrough be lucky if he could get you through 5. He's played well, only allowed a handful of base runners, no runs, but it's really been these full counts that have hurt him. Now the 2-2, and it swung on and missed for out number 2. Semien strikeouts for the 2nd time today, the 7th for Yarbrough. Is now to be the first baseman, Matt Olson, the cleanup guy. In his first plate appearance, he walked. It's Stephen Piscotty standing at first here with 2 outs. That first pitch settling in there at 83 for strike 1. Olson 0 for 3 here in the series. The slugging Silver Slugger first baseman, the 0-1 pitch to him is chopped foul, so now Yarbrough a strike away at 66 pitches from getting out of a 3rd inning scoreless. The 0-2 fouled away. In the top of the 4th for the Rays, it will be Jose Martinez, Hunter Renfroe, Yandy Diaz. Yarbrough sets and deals, and another foul ball. This one to Olson. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Yarbrough. He's got 8 through 3. He's held the ace scoreless. It'll be Jose Martinez to lead things off for the Rays. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout to left. Takes that first pitch from Luzardo for strike 1. So this next pitch will be Luzardo's 50th. He's pacing a bit better than Yarbrough. As Yarbrough nearly at 70 pitches through 3. Kevin Cash might have the bullpen warming up. Yarbrough at the very least could at least get you through 4. But it's going to be tough to get outs after that, you would think. A bullpen that's been heavily taxed. And they're going to say no-go on the swing from Martinez there, and it's 2-2. The pitch from Luzardo, and that one is going to be grounded foul. Now the 2-2, and that one is put in the air. Run down by the center fielder Grossman, and he is there for out number 1. It'll now be the cleanup man, Hunter Renfroe. He's 0 for 1, a fly out to center. He's 0 for 4 in the series. Leads the American League in home runs with 11. Now the 1-0 pitch. And that one is going to be flared up right over the glove of Pinder for a 1-out single. Renfroe's first hit of the series, and that'll give the Rays another base runner, their third of the day, on their second hit. That pitch in there to Diaz for strike 1. Strike 2 called there by Hillsdale. And now 1-2 here to Diaz. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased inside and he goes down on strikes for out number 2. Second strikeout today by Luzardo. And now with 2 outs and a man on, it'll be Manny Margot. Margot 1 for 1, a single in the second. That first pitch there in there at 95 for strike 1. Hunter Renfroe staying at first. 2 outs. Tie game in the 4th. The 0-1. And that one fouled away. And that one lifted in the air, but it's chased by the left fielder Pinder, but it's going to fall in front of him for a base hit. Margot is now 2 for 2 on the day. And now a couple of men on in a 2-out rally, perhaps, for Brandon Lau. We've seen this before. Brandon Lau at the plate with 2 men on. He grounded into a fielder's choice, running out of double plays. He lifts that one up, and that one is going to get down for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around, and the throw is in time. They get Renfroe to end the inning. 3 hits in the inning, but no runs, as they've been held scoreless now through 4. That one is going to be put into the air in the gap in left center for a leadoff double. That's for Martinez. The throw not in time. And now it's Chris Davis with the go-ahead run in scoring position. He's the cleanup man here today. The Rays ran themselves out of an inning. They had 2 on with 2 out a base hit from Lau. Renfroe was waved around home and was thrown out at the plate. It would have been Willie Adames up next, and he'll bat in the 5th. It'll be Adames, Herman, and Meadows. That one called the ball to Davis, and now Drake and McKay, the relievers, warming up in the pen. As Yarbrough tries to get the Rays through 4. The 2-0. That one is fouled back. That one inside and out. 3 balls, a strike. 3 big outs here for Yarbrough. Here's the 3-1. And now put on the ground right off the cleat of Yarbrough. He's going to have to beat the throw, and not in time. As Davis is going to leg out a strange infield single. Extends his hitting streak now to 10 games. 4th hit of the day for the A's, and now runners at the corners with nobody out. And Kevin Cash will make a pitching move here. Yarbrough finished with 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, a walk. 3+ pitched. No earned runs to his name yet, but he's responsible for the runner at 3rd. So Yarbrough exits, and in comes Oliver Drake in 21 appearances, a 7.79 ERA. He'll come in here to face Chad Pinder, Sheldon Noose, and Davey Grion. Runners at the corners with no outs. Receiving a double play ball would drive in a run. And now it's put on the ground. It will be a double play ball. They get the out at 2nd and the out at 1st. So 2 outs, but a runner comes across to score. So an earned run will be charged to Yarbrough's name. He's now in line for the loss. But Drake getting a good job to get that double play ball. And now it'll be Sheldon Noose to the plate. A 6-4-3 grounder to get the 2 outs. Because now the Rays are going to be down a run. They've had their chances, including one in the top of this inning. Jesus Luzardo has held the Rays down through 4. It'll be Adames, Herman, and Austin Meadows in the 5th. As that first pitch is lifted up, chased by the left fielder, and that one is going to get down to the wall for a 2-out double. There for Sheldon Noose. First hit allowed for Drake. And now that'll put another runner in scoring position for the catcher, Davey Grion. The first pitch to him is going to say went around for strike 1. The good news is 2 outs, but that man standing at 2nd. The 0-1, taking strike 2. Grion just 0-91 on the year with runners in scoring position. It's the lumbering Sheldon Noose standing at 2nd. The 0-2 pitch. Outside. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Oliver Drake gets out of the inning, allows an unearned run. The A's now through 4 take a 1-0 lead. It'll be Willie Adames to lead off this 5th for the Rays. He's 0 for 1, a pop-up to first. And his first at-bat. They came with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Jesus Luzardo comes out to start a 5th, 64 pitches for him. 4 hits allowed, a walk, 2 struck and out. No runs. That first pitch to Willie at 96 for strike 1. The 0-1. And that one is going to be grounded right to the first baseman, Olson, who runs to the bag to tag out number 1. Now a pop-up to 3rd and a ground out to 1st for Adames, and that'll bring up Chris Herman, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to 1st as well. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Now the 0-1. Fouled away. And then put on the ground right to Matt Olson again. So 2 ground outs to first in this inning. And now we'll go back to the top for Austin Meadows. Meadows 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to third in the third. Meadows takes that first pitch for strike one. In the fifth, for the A's, it'll be back to the top. Robbie Grossman, Stephen Piscotty, and Marcus Semien. Presumably against Oliver Drake. The 0-1, taking strike two. So a couple strikes taken by Meadows, and he's down quickly 0-2. Now the pitch from Luzardo is put on the ground, and it's going to get through for a base hit. A 2-out single on an 0-2 count for Meadows as he picks up his first hit of the day. Rays seeming to do all their damage with 2 outs, unfortunately. So the leadoff man gets on, and it'll be the center fielder, now Kevin Kiermeier, with a chance. He's 0 for 2. A fly out to right, a fly out to left. A man on, 2 outs. Rays down a run in the fifth. That first pitch inside for ball 1. Luzardo now 73 pitches. This could maybe be his last inning. Probably he'll come out to start his 6th. We'll see. Although after Kiermeier, it is all righties. So maybe you bring in a righty reliever. As that one is put on the ground, and it'll be right to the shortstop Semien. And he gets the force out at second to retire the side. So a hit. But that's it for the Rays. As they have now been held scoreless through 5. The A's go back to the top of the lineup here in the 5th. It'll be Grossman here, Piscotty, and Semien. Grossman 1 for 2, a single in the first. Oliver Drake out to start his 2nd inning. Gave up an unearned run in the 4th, as that will be charged to Ryan Yarbrough's name, and he's in line for the loss. The 1-0, and it's inside, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. That one is put in the air and fouled. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. There for strike 2. This one from Drake. And that one is going to get through for a base hit. A leadoff single. Second one of those for Grossman today. Second hit off of Oliver Drake as well for the A's is now to be Stephen Piscotty with a man on and no outs. Piscotty 1 for 2. A single in the 3rd. Robbie Grossman standing at first. A's up already 1-0. Chad Penner grounded into a double play with runners at the corners and no outs, and drove in a run. Interesting way to do it. The A's have the lead. As that one is lifted in the air, the left fielder Renfroe will go back all the way in front of the warning track but make the catch for out number 1. Grossman will stay at first. And now the shortstop Marcus Semien, he's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The first pitch, high ball 1. Drake has already gotten 1 double play. A chance for a second one here to end the inning. The 1-0. Taken low, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Oliver Drake trying to get the Rays through 5. Pitch taken inside, and it's 3-0. Matt Olson waiting on deck. Cannot afford to walk Semien here if you're Oliver Drake. Here's the 3-0. Fouled back. Now 3 balls a strike. And the pitch. Same result. A breaking ball fouled back, and now a full count to the shortstop Semien. A man on, 1 out. And here's the payoff. Fouled as well. And a swing and a miss for Semien. So a big out there. Semien is now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And now it'll be Matt Olson, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Robbie Grossman standing at first here with 2 outs. The first pitch from Drake is put on the ground through for a base hit. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs. Olson's first hit of the day. They'll keep the inning going and bring up Mark Canha. He's 1 for 2 with a double. The first pitch to him, fouled away. Couple of men on, 2 outs. Grossman standing at second, Olson at first. The 0-1, and that one is going to be fouled away. So now 0-2, and Drake is a strike away from getting out of the inning. A righty on righty matchup. Here's the 0-2. Outside, blocked in the dirt. The runners are going to advance, and the throw to third, not in time. So that wild pitch will allow the runners to advance to second and third. So a base hit would now score 2 instead of just 1. 2 outs, a 1-2 count. Drake looking for the put away. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The A's get 2 men in scoring position, but Drake gets out of it. His third strikeout through 5. The A's are up 1-0. It'll be Jose Martinez to lead off the 6th for the Rays. Jesus Luzardo comes out to start this 6th. 75 pitches for him so far. Rays just down a run. They've come back in the first 2 games of the series as a diving play missed by Semien. And Jose Martinez will be able to leg out a leadoff single. His first hit of the day, the 6th for the team. And now it will be Hunter Renfroe, the cleanup man, with a tying run at first. Renfroe is 1 for 2 at a single in the 4th. That first pitch taken inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside. A good chance to get to the starter Luzardo before he exits. He's pitching with a 1-0 lead. Renfroe's taken the first 3 pitches of this at-bat, and it is 2-1. The pitch is taking strike 2. And now the pitch. That one is low, and the count to the cleanup man goes full at 3-2. Yandy Diaz awaiting on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there of Renfroe, as he cannot come through, and it'll be Yandy Diaz up next, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Jose Martinez standing at first with 1 out, as that one is going to be fouled away. by Diaz. He got a good hold of that one. Now the 0-1. And that one is put in the air, but right to the right fielder Piscotty. And now out number 2. So fly out to right. And that'll bring up Manuel Margot, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's hit well off the lefty Luzardo today. The first pitch to him is taken low for ball 1. Martinez at first with 2 outs. Rays down a run in the 6th. The 1-0. In there for strike 1. It'll be Chris Davis, Chad Pinder, and Sheldon Neuse in the 6th inning. Presumably the Rays will move off of Drake. The 1-1. In there for strike 2. So now Luzardo a strike away from getting out of his 6th inning scoreless. A nice bounce back start for him after only going 5 his last time up. Taking a loss. His ERA coming into this was 7.24. So you thought maybe the Rays would have a chance to score some runs. The 2-2 pitch. And that one is grounded right to the pitcher. And he'll get the out at first to retire the side. So a leadoff single, and that will be it, as Luzardo has held the Rays scoreless now through 6 innings. Chris Davis will be the first man to come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. Rays make a move to Peter Fairbanks, 16 appearances, a 4.11 ERA. Oliver Drake pitches 2 scoreless, gives up an unearned run. That one's charged to Yarbrough. And now Fairbanks comes in to face 3 righties: Chris Davis, Chad Pinder, Sheldon Neuse. That first pitch taken there for strike 1. Down fouled away, 0-2. And Davis is out on strikes. A cut and a miss there. And Peter Fairbanks opens his appearance with a strikeout. And now it'll be Chad Pinder. He's 1 for 2, a single, and is grounded into a double play ball. The first pitch to him, low ball 1. The 1-0. And that one is put on the ground, and it's the shortstop Adames there, and his throw to first in time to make out number 2. The 6-3 will bring up Sheldon Neuse with 2 outs and the base is empty. Neuse 1 for 2, a strikeout and a double in the 4th. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. That pitch high, and it's 2-0. In the 7th for the Rays, it'll be Brandon Lau, Willie Damas, and Chris Herman as they finish out their order the 3rd time through. A cut and a miss from Neuse, and now 2 balls and a strike. Fairbanks sets and deals. Inside for ball 3. Now the 3-1. And that one is grounded right to the third baseman Diaz. His throw to first is good for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning pitch by Fairbanks. He's kept the Rays just a run back as we head to the 7th. It'll be Brandon Lau to lead off this 7th. Probably the last time the Rays will see Luzardo, as he's finishing the lineup a 3rd time through. And then the A's will go to their daunted A bullpen. The Rays have yet to really see guys like Liam Hendrix and some youngsters they have in there. The 1-0 now to Lau is outtaken for strike 1. That one looked a bit outside. Called a strike. The righty Soria, the lefty Diekman warming up. Cutting a miss, and it's 1-2 for Lau. In the game today, he's 1 for 2 with a single. That one is fouled back. The Rays down to their final 9 outs. Down just a run, given up by Yarbrough in the 4th inning. And now the 2-2 outside. The leadoff man here has worked himself into a full count. And here's the payoff pitch. Outside ball 4, a leadoff walk issued to Brandon Lau. Just the second walk of the day for Luzardo. As now to be the shortstop, Willie Adames. He's 0 for 2, a pop-up and a ground out. Lau at first after the leadoff walk. That'll be Herman next, and back to the top for Meadows. Now the 0-1. Low, and it's a ball and a strike. Luzardo now nearing 100 pitches. The 1-1. And that one is put in the air, and it's going to be foul. Only the A's ball boy can get to it. This will be Luzardo's 100th pitch. The 1-2 to Adames. Fouled back. As I wouldn't expect Luzardo to finish this 7th. Maybe they just want him to finish out the lineup. Maybe Adames here and Herman after that. I don't think they would let him face Meadows a 4th time. The 1-2. High, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Outside, and now Adames has worked himself into a full count. Luzardo has already walked 1 here in the inning. The payoff, and that one is going to be line foul as well, and keep this at bat going for at least another pitch. Another 3-2, and that one is another foul ball. Souvenir foul ball day for Willie Adames. A third 3-2 pitch, and called strike 3. After all that, Adames takes one right down the middle and strikes out for out number 1. Only the 3rd strikeout of the day for the Rays, so not bad in that department. And now to be the catcher, Chris Herman. And the A's are going to make a pitching move. It's Joakim Soria. In 9 appearances, a 3.72 ERA. So Jesus Luzardo will finish with 6 1/3 innings pitched. He's responsible for the runner at first, but 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, no earned runs as of yet. Joakim Soria, the first man out of the pen, to face the lefty Chris Herman. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. It's Lau standing at first. He worked a leadoff walk. Adames had a chance for that as well, but ended up striking out. That one is put on the ground foul. And then barring a double play, it will be Austin Meadows as we go back to the top. The 1-1, and that one fouled away. The 1-2, low, blocked in the dirt. The runner Lau will stay at first. And here's the pitch. And that one is going to get through for a base hit. Herman comes through for the first hit of the day. Now runners at first and second with only 1 out. As now we go back to the top of the order for Austin Meadows. Meadows 1 for 3, a single in the 5th. Wendelken and Diekman warming up in the pen for the A's. The tying run standing at second. That's Brandon Lau. The first pitch to Meadows is in there for strike 1. Meadows just 160 on the year with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 pitch. And that one is going to be popped up. The left fielder, Pinder, goes back. And he'll make the catch. Will Lau tag up? He does not. Runners will hold. And now with 2 outs, it's Kevin Kiermeier. Kevin Kiermeier is 0 for 3. Reached base in the 5th on a fielder's choice. Tying run in scoring position. It's a 1-0 ball game. The Rays down to their final, now 7 outs. That first pitch to Kiermeier is high. The 1-0. And that one is put on the ground right to the pitcher, Soria. And he gets the out to Kiermeier just in time. He tried to run it out, but can't. 7th inning stretch time. The Rays down 1-0. Another pitching move for the Rays. It'll be Diego Castillo. 19 appearances, a 2.41 ERA. We saw him yesterday, pitched a couple of outs. Peter Fairbanks will finish with a scoreless 6th inning. It'll be Davey Grion, Robbie Grossman, and Stephen Piscotty here in the 7th for the A's as they look to pad on to just their 1-run lead. The 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls a strike. Now the count. The pitch from Castillo. Low, ball 3. And now this pitch is going to be put on the ground and it backhanded by Diaz. The throw to first is good for out number 1. He saved the hit over there with that backhanded glove play. Grion goes down 5-3, and now we go back to the top for Robbie Grossman. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. The first pitch is going to be lifted and fouled away. A lone man warming up in the Rays' pen. Castillo out to try and pitch a clean 7th. Down, fouled away. Now he's got Grossman down 0-2. And that one is going to be chopped right to the first baseman, Martinez. He steps to the bag to retire Grossman. A ground out to third, and now Chad Pinder. He's 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd inning. And now in the 8th for the Rays, they're down to their final 6 outs. It'll be Jose Martinez, Hunter Renfroe, Yandy Diaz. And that's the middle part of the order, so really it could possibly be the 9th, and it's going to be the bottom part of the lineup. But there's some good hitters down there. You got Manny Margot, who's had a couple hits, Lau, who's reached base a couple times, and then Adames, who's 0 for 3. But can't hit. The 0-2 is outside. The 1-2 outside again. Now 2-2. Rays won the first 2 games of the series. Have gotten back to 500. They're 17-17, and a quick cut and a miss on the off speed there. Got Piscotty. Castillo pitches a scoreless frame. Rays with 6 outs left. It'll be Jake Diekman out for the A's in 11 appearances, a 2.38 ERA. A sidewinding lefty. And he'll face 3 righties. Jose Martinez, Hunter Renfroe, and Yandy Diaz. Liam Hendrix, the closer, getting loose in the bullpen as well. So the 8th inning, probably the best chance for the Rays to get back that run. And was charged to Yarbrough in the 4th. Chad Pinder drove it in on a double play. That first pitch called outside for ball 1. I see the righty Hendrix starting to get loose. Diekman pitched a scoreless frame in yesterday's contest. That's all we've seen him so far. We have yet to see Liam Hendrix, though, as there's been no save situations for the A's just yet. The Rays have come back in both wins. And now 3 balls, no strikes to Martinez. You'd be wise to take a pitch here. It'll be the cleanup man Renfroe on next. The 3-0 pitch. And a called strike 1. That one looked inside. Diekman gets the benefit of the doubt. And it's 3-1. Pinder winds and deals. And that one is going to be floated for a base hit. It's going to get into the gap all the way near the wall. Martinez is going to stretch it for 2. A leadoff double. And now the Rays have the tying run in scoring position. Martinez worked a nice count. Got a pitch that he liked. And it got in the gap. A leadoff double. And now the cleanup man, Hunter Renfroe. Joey Wendell will pinch run for Martinez. And G-Man Chua can come off the bench and play first base. So they want a speed runner there at second. And they've got him in Wendell. So now a base hit. Score a run. Hunter Renfroe's 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. He's got the righty on lefty matchup. He leads the American League in home runs with 11. One of those would give the Rays the lead. The first pitch to Renfroe is high, ball 1. That was a gracious call there to Renfroe. He's 185 on the year with runners in scoring position. Singled in the 4th. That's his 1 hit today. And that one is lifted high and foul. This is the spot right here for the Rays. If they want to tie it up, this is where you're going to have to do it. You have 3 chances to single in a run against Diekman. And now the 2-1. Inside, 3 balls a strike. Yandy Diaz will bat next. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. He chased low and now full count to the cleanup man. Wendell at second. No outs. 3 chances to single in the tying run. The payoff to Renfroe. Fouled away. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. Luzardo deals. And another foul off by Renfroe. It's a long at-bat here for the cleanup man. He's seen plenty of pitches from Diekman. Another 3-2. And that one is lifted up in the air. The center fielder Grossman chases the righty. The right fielder Piscotty is there to make the catch for out number 1. And now it'll be Yandy Diaz. He's 0 for 2. A walk in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 4th. Flew out to right in the 6th. Wendell standing at second with 1 out. So now the Rays have 2 chances left to single in the tying run. That first pitch to Diaz is inside ball 1. It'll be Diaz here and Manuel Margot up next. Margot has a couple of hits today. The 1-0. And that one is put on the ground. Wendell will stay at second. And they'll get Diaz out. So now 2 outs in the inning. There's Marcus Semien there on the putout. And now they'll make a pitching change. J.B. Wendelken. He got the loss yesterday. 15 appearances, a 2.61 ERA. So Jake Diekman faces the minimum. He'll finish with 2/3 innings pitched and no earned runs, but the runner at second belongs to him. It's Manuel Margot. A righty on righty matchup here. That's probably what they wanted. Margot is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, but those were both off the lefty Luzardo. A cut and a miss, and now 0-1. Now this one from Wendelken, and it's fouled away, so now 0-2. A's are a strike away from getting out of this inning without giving up a run. It was a leadoff double for Jose Martinez. They pinch run with Wendell. And now the 0-2 is called strike 3. So a leadoff double. The Rays can't bring them around. They have 3 outs left. Rays bring out Colin Poche to take the 8th in 19 appearances, a 2.25 ERA. He's the 5th pitcher out today. Instead of Ji-Man Choi, they bring out Daniel Robertson to play first base. Give Ji-Man Choi that true off day. It'll be Marcus Semien, Matt Olson, and Mark Canha here in the 8th. As that first pitch is lined right to the newly minted first baseman Robertson. And now the first baseman Matt Olson, he's 1 for 2. A single in the 5th, a walk in the 1st. A lefty on lefty matchup here. And then another one with Canha, so a good time to bring on the lefty Poche, which they do. The righty Yarbrough warming up as well. If it gets to the righties, they'll bring him out to try and keep it just a 1-run game. The Rays have had plenty of chances, but have yet to bring across a run to score. You have a feeling that 8th inning was really the best chance that they had. Wendell at second with no outs, and you can't bring him across. And it'll be the bottom part of the order, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Maybe you pinch hit. They got Brandon Lau, the lefty. The righty Adames and the lefty Herman. Presumably against the righty closer Liam Hendrix. The Rays have yet to see him this year. They'll get a good look at him in the 9th. The 3-0 to Olson. He takes it for strike 1. So at least they have the lefty Lau to face him. They'll probably let Adames hit, and then, not that they have anybody really on the bench, but you could pinch hit for Herman if you want to. Olson now will walk. And that's his second walk of the day. And now another lefty, Mark Canha. He is 1 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a double. Came across to score the only run scored in this ball game here in this Saturday afternoon. The Rays are up 2-0 in the series, so they can still win this 4-game set with a loss today. With a win tomorrow to be Morton v. Manaea in a wild card rematch. The 0-1 to Canha, and that one is fouled away. So now quickly 0-2. Canha goes down. With a runner at first, that was a walk to Olson with 1 out. Poche trying to keep it just a 1-run deficit, and that one is fouled back. And now the 0-2. High, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Another foul ball. We don't have the exact total, but this game right here probably has the most foul balls that we've seen this year. Just a ton of them. And that one fouled away as well. That one looked like it bounced off the dirt and hit his bat. Another 1-2. And can you believe it? It's fouled away. This one from Poche. Steps back. It's 2-2. 8 pitches in this at-bat. Plenty of foul balls to go around. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. In a 9-pitch at-bat, Poche gets the strikeout there of Canha. And they're going to bring out Rowe to face the righty. Yarbrough in 13 appearances, a 6.10 ERA. He's the 6th pitcher on. Poche is responsible for the runner at first, pitched a couple of outs. So it's the righty Chris Davis. Davis 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts. Olson at first, 2 outs. A's up 1-0. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. So it's Lau, Adames, Germán in the 9th against the closer Liam Hendrix. The 1-1. Come to think of it, Ji-Man Choi on the bench today. You could bring him in to pinch hit for Germán. And then bring in Perez in the bottom of the 9th. If there is one. A totally viable option. The 1-2 to Davis. And a tie, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Germán today does have a hit. That came in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. As a cut and a miss there. Yarbrough comes on to get the out. And the strikeout completed. That one of Chris Davis. So when we come back, top of the 9th, the Rays have 3 outs left to pick up that 1 run. And it will be the closer, Liam Hendrix. In 14 appearances, a 1.76 ERA. He is 11 for 12 in save opportunities. It'll be Brandon Lau, the lefty, to get things first. If they have any ideas of bringing the run around, it's probably going to be the lefty Lau, as he's going to have to get on. Brandon Lau, Willie Adames, and Germán to face the closer Hendrix. That first pitch is put on the ground, chased by the pitcher Hendrix, and the throw to first is in time for a quick out, number 1. I see the American League leaders in saves, Nick Anderson up there, Hendrix as well. As the Rays have had their chances, they have 8 hits today, as do the A's, but the Rays have left a ton on base. It's now the righty Willie Adames. He is 0 for 3, last struck out in the 7th. Rays down to their final 2 outs. That one low for ball 1. Now, if either Adames or Germán or the 9 spot and reach base, it'll be Meadows up. He's got a hit today. Adames checks a swing, and it's 2-0. The 2-0. Taking strike 1. Can't blame Adames there. Just in a 2-0 count. Just trying to get a look at the closer here. Now the 2-1. And that one is jammed up. It's the pitcher underneath of it, and now the Rays down to their final out. They're going to let Germán hit here. He's 1 for 3, singled in the 7th. In limited action, his average is now 241. Already on lefty matchup. They could have had that with Choi, but they decided to leave him on the bench. That first pitch outside for ball 1. As we said, if Germán can get on, it'll be Meadows. And then Kiermeier after that. The 1-0. And that one is going to get grounded and through for a base hit. So the Rays live to see another day. As Germán, they don't pinch hit for him, and he gets his 2nd straight hit. As you got to love what you're seeing from the catcher in the recent goings. And now we go back to the top for Austin Meadows. Meadows today is 1 for 4, a single in the 5th. Bats here in the 9th. The first pitch to him is taken for strike 1. Another righty on lefty matchup, which we will have another one with Kiermeier if we get to him. So a 2-out rally. The Rays down to their final out. They're down just a run. It was given up by Yarbrough in the 4th. He's in line for the loss. Liam Hendrix on to try and get the save. That'll be the starter, Jesus Luzardo, that would get the win if Hendrix is to get the save. Rays up 2-0 in the series. They've come back from deficits in both games. Trying to do the same here. The 1-1. And that one is fouled away. So now the Rays are down to their final strike. Germán standing at first with 2 outs. The closer, Liam Hendrix, on. The A's trying to get their first win of the season against the Rays and seek revenge. The 1-2 is inside, low, blocked in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, and Germán will move now into scoring position. Got past the catcher, Grillon. It's going to be called a wild pitch. It's now a single, would tie it up. As we get a look at that wild pitch, it got right past Grillon. A heads-up play by Germán to scoot over to second base. Maybe pinch run for him. I don't really think they have anyone left that they could. But Germán, he's known to play the corner outfield as well, so he has some speed. But the Rays down to their final strike. It might take more than a single to drive him in, but who knows? It depends where it is. Rays down to their final strike. Tying run at second. The 2-2. And strike three, Carl. That's your ball game. The Rays got so close to tying it up. 9 hits, no runs. Jesus Luzardo gets the win. Ryan Yarbrough the loss. Liam Hendrix picks up the 12th save of the year. The Rays now once again drop under 500. They're now 17 and 18. The A's improved to 16 and 19. Series finale tomorrow. Morton v. Minaya. We will see you then.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Athletics, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Rays, no runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base.